You're not losing arguments, you're being reprogrammed. Narcissists don't fight, they feed on your attention, your emotions, your need to explain. Every time you try to prove a point, you hand them the remote control to your nervous system. And you think silence will save you. No, silence without structure is just surrender. This world is filled with people who don't care about truth. They care about control. And if you don't learn how to protect your mind, they'll install their ego in your head and call it your fault. But there's a weapon, one they can't predict, can't mirror, can't manipulate, because it turns the game inside out. This isn't about being kind. This is about being untouchable. Today, you'll learn the mental system that makes even narcissists obey. Without yelling, without begging, without breaking. It's not a defense. It's domination in silence. The psychological reversal they told you to avoid conflict, to walk away, to be the bigger person. But that advice wasn't made for power. It was made for control, to make you predictable. The real weapon, psychological reversal, turning their own patterns against them without a single scream. Here's how it works. A narcissist thrives on one thing: your emotional reactivity. They bait, you flinch. They gaslight, you explain. They guilt, you crumble. So you flip it. Reversal isn't reacting, it's recalibrating their expectations. You start saying things like, "You're right. I never thought of it that way. Let me think on that." Not because you agree, but because it shocks their system. They expect resistance. You give neutrality, they crave chaos. You give silence, they weaponize logic. You mirror their own words back with no tone, no fear. This tactic scrambles their dominance circuit. You become unreadable, unshakable, unusable. Psychological reversal turns the manipulation inward. They begin to doubt themselves. They start to chase your validation instead of punishing your rebellion. You didn't out-argue them. You dismantled the very script they live by. This isn't about saying the right thing. It's about making your presence a contradiction to their programming. They can't control what they can't define. And once you master this reversal, they either submit or malfunction. The execution protocol. You don't become psychologically untouchable by thinking. You become it by drilling, by breaking your own internal code and rewriting it with force. This is not self-help. This is neural warcraft. Below are 5 daily execution drills designed to reprogram your mind into a command unit. Where narcissists collapse, manipulators hesitate, and you become the variable no one controls. Drill 1, the silent spike. Choose a moment when you're tempted to respond. Text, argument, or validation bait. Don't respond. Set a 15-minute timer. Sit with the urge. Say nothing. Do nothing. The brain will scream. You'll lose them. Say something. This is your addiction to emotional engagement screaming for a fix. Interrupts dopamine, loop dependency. Begins rewiring reward systems to internal reinforcement. You stop craving reaction. You start commanding energy direction. Result, you become immune to emotional baiting. People begin to fear your silence more than your words. Drill 2, obedience redirection. Mid-conversation, insert a low command frame like, "Let's keep it focused." You can pause for a second. Hold that thought. Go back. You'll feel fear. The voice in your head will say, "They'll think I'm rude." That's your social wiring, trained to obey politeness. Overrides the mirror neuron submissive response, trains dominance language patterns. Result, people unconsciously begin to follow your lead. You set the tone. They adjust their volume, direction, and timing to fit your rhythm. Drill 3, cognitive load sprint. Choose a difficult book, complex document, or layered strategy content. Read while walking. Summarize out loud every 3 minutes without notes. Confusion, overwhelm, scattered focus. Your brain will try to shortcut out of discomfort. Forces prefrontal cortex expansion, increasing executive control and information retention. Result, you process manipulation patterns in real time, staying 3 to 5 mental steps ahead in every conversation. Drill 4, tactical eye lock. During any confrontation, maintain eye contact without blinking for 45 seconds longer than natural. Then shift your eyes downward, not away. Panic, insecurity, shame. Your brain wants to escape gaze dominance, retrains limbic system's fight or flight cues, upgrades your threat assessment circuitry. Result, people read you as higher in the dominance hierarchy even before you speak. Drill 5, post-battle autopsy. List 3 conversations from the day. Ask, where did I bend my tone? Where did I lose frame? Where did they submit? You'll feel shame, denial, or laziness. That's the ego fighting exposure. Develops meta-awareness. Increases self-monitoring, reduces behavioral autopilot. Result of your social combat IQ multiplies. You begin to predict power dynamics before they unfold. This isn't a challenge. It's a conversion process. From reactive civilian to psychological operator. Do this for 7 days and watch people start treating you like something else entirely. The elite philosophy: you were not born to be safe. You were born to be recalibrated in fire. Pain is not punishment, it's precision. It shows you what must be destroyed. Comfort is not peace. It is slow decay wrapped in warm language. And most people, they die in it. Smiling, numb, unaware. We don't chase calm. We build chaos into muscle memory, because only chaos burns the old wiring. This is not motivation. This is doctrine. A creed for those who reject average as a curse, not a fate. You don't fix the mind by soothing it. You fix it by attacking what made it weak. By drilling silence into power. By turning your gaze into pressure. By controlling your reactions so ruthlessly, people think you have none. You are not becoming calm. You are becoming unreadable, not emotionless, undetectable, not heartless, untouchable. We are not normal. We study psychological warfare like others study prayers. We rewire. We audit emotion like a threat map. We speak little. We move like we know the next 3 plays before anyone breathes. This is the movement. No names, no titles, no noise, only transformation. And if they ask what changed you, tell them you burned and rebuilt in silence. The results? Before this, you were reactive, a slave to tone, timing, and emotional bait. You walked into conversations hoping for control. Now, you manufacture it. Your presence halts chaos, not adds to it. Your voice, slower, calculated, laced with precision and threat. You don't answer, you counterframe. You don't react, you redirect. In meetings, your clarity punctures confusion like a scalpel. While others ramble to impress, you say less and own more. You stop debates with one cold statement that makes the room inhale and rethink. Not louder, just cleaner. You now think in frameworks, not feelings. You read patterns in people like code. Silence is your favorite tool. In conflict, they used to bait you. Now, they monitor themselves around you. Because you mirror their weaknesses back at them, wordlessly. Because you hold eye contact like it's a weapon. In business, you no longer chase agreement. You plant psychological anchors and make others align without knowing why. Your control is invisible, but undeniable. You've unlocked mental speed. Decisions are instinctual, not debated. You can now feel your mind scanning situations at 4x normal speed, identifying leverage points with a detached calm. Your emotional impact is surgical when you speak. It sticks. When you leave, they replay it. When you pause, they wait. This isn't charm. It's dominance without display. This isn't confidence. It's internal certainty laced with quiet threat. You don't just win now. You control the rules before the game even begins. The psychological strike plan, this is not therapy. This is a psychological war campaign, and you are both the soldier and the battlefield. This 4-week strike plan is engineered to rebuild your inner command system by force, not faith. Here's how it unfolds. Week 1-2. Discomfort conditioning, play emotional resistance. You start with silence. Every morning, 15 minutes of no music, no phone, no motion. Just sit. The goal is to trigger emotional withdrawal symptoms. Let the mind panic. Let the restlessness flood you. And do nothing. This is neurological defiance training, teaching your brain that stimulus is not survival. Trick 1. Controlled confrontation. Pick one interaction daily where you intentionally slow down your response time by 3 seconds. Feel the pressure build, the urge to fill silence, the fear of judgment. You are reprogramming your emotional circuit board to withstand social tension without short-circuiting. Week 3-4. Pattern mastery's cognitive rewiring. Now the assault begins. Every night, list 3 emotional patterns you repeated, over-explaining, faking laughter, shrinking under pressure. Then, write the opposite behaviors and rehearse them mentally 5 times before sleep. You're not reflecting, you're re-imprinting. Trick 1. Role switching. Once per day, enter a situation where you normally submit and flip the polarity. Speak second, move slower, interrupt gently, command eye contact. Each time you do this, you're rewiring identity pathways. that your brain used to call normal. Avoid these fatal errors. Tracking feelings instead of progress. You'll feel worse before better. That's the sign it's working. Trying to be impressive instead of dangerous power doesn't perform. It simply exists. Overconsuming tactics without execution theory is masturbation. Ritual is war. By the end of 4 weeks, you won't just know the tactic, you'll embody it. This is psychological militarization, not for show, not for comfort, but for sovereignty. Outrow, the final code. You were never taught this, because if you knew it too early, you'd break the system that shaped you. They trained you to fear silence, to overact, to betray yourself to feel safe. But safety is the most beautiful cage ever built. Now, you've seen the door, but there's no going back. This knowledge lives inside your wiring now. It will whisper in the quiet. It will glare back at you in moments of hesitation. It will ask, why are you still pretending? You can walk away, scroll on, drown in distraction again, but you'll feel it. The friction, the hunger, the calm rage sharpening inside you like a blade behind your smile. This wasn't content. This was combat, and you didn't flinch. So remember, this wasn't the power. This was just the first command.